Power Rangers, new trailer, dropped, gave us a lot more in this one than we got in the last one.
Yeah, the biggest problems that we had about that initial trailer was that
they didn't see anything.
Yeah, we didn't see any of the Zords. We didn't see them transitioning
Zordon.
we didn't see Zordon. We didn't see Alpha 9 or whatever the little robot
Yeah,
thing
we
was
didn't
called.
see any, like, the Megazord and anything of that shit. But we got it all.
Yeah.
This time. And let me tell you something. The hype is real around Power Rangers. It really looks like this movie is not trying to appeal to children at all. It looks like it's trying to appeal to us. Men in our 30s that grew up watching the original iteration of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on Fox after school.
Or before school.
Or before school.
Sometimes it was on in the mornings. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if Michael Bay had made Chronicle. That's kind of what it reminds me of.
Okay.
Because in Chronicle you have these kids that kind of stumble across these magic powers. And you have that same like color palette almost, I guess, that because everything just looks dark and gray and blue and black in that show, and even, or I'm sorry, in the trailer. But we do get a good look at Zordon, which I'm so super pumped about because Bryan Cranston plays him, which is, that's why I love Bryan Cranston, because, he can do a silly role like the father on Malcolm in the Middle. He was actually in one of those rubber suits in the original Power Rangers series.
Yeah.
Then he can do these, super serious roles and amazing roles like Walter White, of course, and do these, he did like a one-man show.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about with a one-man show, but he also played like LBJ in that HBO
I think that was it. No, I think though he did like a one-man LBJ show before
the
movie. I don't know.
And then maybe
I may be wrong.
Yeah. Tell us if we're wrong.
Tell us if we're wrong. But, but now he's doing Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Of all things that
again,
he could do.
He's doing
Zordon.
Power Rangers again.
We get a shot of Alpha, and I'm
pretty sure that's Bill Hader doing Alpha.
If it was, it really wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he's going to be like, aye. Remember because he used to do that?
I do remember that.
Yeah. And we get, Rita Repulsa again, which I'm not really sure how I feel about her look, because I liked the way Rita Repulsa looked in the original series.
The tiny old Asian
got
lady?
The big, tiny old Asian lady with the big old cones coming out of her head or whatever. So, I don't know. She's like, I'm free.
Elizabeth
now
Banks.
It's time to conquer Earth.
Yeah. Elizabeth Banks is wonderful, and I've loved almost everything I've ever seen her in. But sexy Rita Repulsa? I don't know that I can get behind sexy Rita Repulsa.
We'll just have to kind of wait and see, and see how it turns out.
Yeah.
It looks like there's going to be some self-referential humor about how ridiculous the premise is.
Yeah.
We see him he's like, we have to train you to be the Power Rangers. And he's like, what?
Did you just call us Power Rangers?
Right. And, he's like, oh, it's just a hologram or whatever. And knocks him out and shit. And the girl, the Yellow Ranger, telling the kids, I'm basically a superhero, and the mom slams down the cup. She's like,
you want you to pee in this cup.
I want you to fill this cup up with pee. Because of course she's got to be on drugs, right?
Obviously.
She couldn't be mentally ill.
No, definitely not.
But
I did and it's so cheesy and it's so corny, but the line when they are all fall into that cave or whatever, and
in the water, yeah,
and their Power Ranger color starts to glow around their body or whatever, and the black guy's like, I'm blue, and then the white guy is like, I'm black,
and he's like, you're not black.
You're
and
not
he's
black.
like, no wait, I am black.
Oh, I'm totally.
But
black.
How do you see a black glow in the dark?
Yeah,
that's
a good point.
That's a stretch.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you for proposing it. Yeah.
But, I guess we'll see. Maybe it'll be referenced. Okay. But here's what I want to know. Is Bulk and Skull going to be in the series or in the movie? Because Bulk and Skull lasted longer in the series and the several iterations of that series than anybody else.
Yeah. Because they were in several of the sequel series.
And I think you would be doing the fans a disservice if you didn't reference them or have, even if it was just a cameo of the original actors, in the background or as extras or something, that would be cool. But I would like to see them cast that. Who would be good to play Bulk? Do you think?
Okay,
Jonah Hill?
No, and that was going to be my question, because
Ethan Suplee.
Man, He lost a lot of weight. Have you seen Ethan?
He can still wear a fat suit.
Yeah. Anyway, my question would be then, would you want to cast young actors? Because Bulk and Skull were in high school with the rest of the Power Rangers.
You know who I'd want them to cast as Skull? Skull?
Yeah.
Adam Driver.
Dude, yes. Oh my God, I could see that. So, yeah.
Just seriously, like how far out of left field would that be?
Dude, it'd be great.
Adam Driver and
Kylo Ren as Skull.
And then and let's do the whole let's do the whole appealing to diversity and cast Kenan Thompson as Bulk.
I like it. No, I do.
I'll be cool with it. Just acknowledge that those characters exist, and that's what I want to see. Is Bulk and Skull going to be in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? Yeah. And speaking of which, we get to hear them say, "It's Morphin time."
Yeah, they did. They did say that.
So I'm looking forward to it.
And we got an image of the big giant monster.
Right.
Looks like Goldar to me.
And putties.
Yeah, we get putties. We get the Megazord.
We kind of get the Megazord.
Little bit.
We don't get to see like the whole thing, but you know, but they got to save something for the movie.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. We see enough of it to sate my temporary interest and keep me interested until it actually does come out.
But how do you feel about them taking a premise from a television show that was, strictly geared to appeal to like 8-9-year-old kids?
Mm-hmm.
Very just ridiculous. I mean, in fact, it was a show that had gone on years and years earlier in Japan that's, still going on, that they just took certain scenes from that and then filmed scenes with American actors.
Yeah, they took the fight scenes and the kaiju fights and cut everything else out of those shows and then plugged the American kids into
How do you feel about them trying to make it into like some kind of serious, darker tone kind of movie, though? I mean, is that ultimately going to work?
That's going to be ultimately the question. I mean, we won't know until it comes out and audiences actually see it. For what it's worth, I feel like it's probably going to be fine for the audience that they're trying to reach, the nostalgic millennial generation that grew up in the early 90s.
There better be a goddamn Amy Jo Johnson cameo.
I wonder what Amy Jo Johnson has been up to.
I heard the Yellow Ranger died.
Yeah, I knew that.
But everyone else, and I know that the guy that played the Green/White Ranger,
he's still running around.
He's still around doing shit.
Yeah.
I've read some of the interviews with the guy who played the Blue Ranger, and apparently he went through
everyone just fucking gave him shit all the time because he was gay.
I haven't seen like the Black Ranger at all in anything, or
the original Red Ranger?
Yeah, the original Red Ranger. I don't
because he left the show a couple of seasons in and they replaced him with some other handsome white guy.
Right. So, I would love to see some cameos of that original cast kind of peppered throughout there. I think that would be a good, fan service for people my age that are going to go see this movie.
Yeah.
I don't really see it appealing to very, very young children, though. This really feels like it's being made for us.
I mean, I feel like at its core, yes, it is being made for us, but I feel like they're also trying to do their best to make it a wider interest field that they're trying to reach. Because, I mean, kids still love giant robots fighting giant monsters.
Right, but I mean, if you watched that first trailer, there's none of that. And there's not a lot of it in this trailer.
There's not a lot of it.
Yeah, and it's the way it looks, it's going to get at least a PG-13 rating.
Yeah, probably.
So are 7, 8, 9-year-old kids going to even go see it?
I mean, that's also the thing about PG-13 movies.
But their parents, who are our age, are going to drag them to go see it. So, I don't know. It's probably going to work out. We'll just, ultimately we'll see.
Yeah.
And it's either going to suck or it's not going to suck.
I mean, we're going to see it regardless.
It's either going to be good, bad, or mediocre.
Yeah.
That's all we can hope for,
exactly.
right? Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so what do you think about the new Power Rangers movie?
Let us
know in the comments below. Let's move on.